Right then, welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson, tactical preview, Manchester United against West Ham, the first of the American Tour games. I'm currently, as I'm recording this, in Alabama. By the time you guys get to see this, I'll be in New York for the second leg of the trip before heading to New Jersey tomorrow to go and watch this game as United face West Ham at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Now, the game's going to be kicking off at like midnight Saturday night, I think it is for you guys. I think it's like 7 o'clock for us over here. It is the first of what's being called the Premier League Summer Series 25. It's a 4-team tournament which has got, well, the 3 teams that United are playing in it essentially, plus United. So it's United, it's West Ham, it's Bournemouth, and it's Everton. Everton faced Bournemouth a little bit earlier at the same venue, 4 o'clock our time, so I guess there'll be loads of Everton and Bournemouth fans kicking them out. I wonder if Bournemouth fans travel, actually. That's not something I've ever thought of. Like, with United, we'll be doing a tailgate, so if you're in the area, like, loads of people have been asking us, are we doing a meet-up, are we doing this, that and the other? Every time we've been to the MetLife, we've done like a fan tailgate and a meet-up, so just keep your eye on Stretford Paddock socials. We will be there. We're doing nothing else. We will be there dead early. So if you want to come hang out, it'll be there, and it's usually free. So come get yourselves down. We're obviously going to want to rebound after not just the bad campaign that we had, but also the really underwhelming start that we had against Leeds on Saturday, just gone. It is Rúben Amorim's first full pre-season to implement his tactical vision. We did see, I thought, a little bit more of an aggressive press from United on Saturday, but there wasn't much else. Individually, you're hoping players have added to their arsenal. Individually, you're hoping players have improved their fitness. Some players will improve their connection between each other, and that's obviously something that Cunha's got to work on. But the US Tour kicks off here. I think the lads flew out on Tuesday, so they would have had maybe a day to acclimatise, just a couple of days of hard training before lining up against West Ham. Now for West Ham, Graham Potter, he's obviously looking to reset after what ended as being quite a disappointing run for them. They made Jean-Claude Todibo's loan from Nice permanent. They brought in El Hadj Malik Diouf for 19 million euros, and they picked up a pretty good signing in Kyle Walker-Peters, I think, there on a free. One that I wouldn't have minded at United, in all honesty. But there'll be a decent way to grasp where we're at and how many players are ready for pre-season. I think Amorim's going to go with the 3-4-3 for now. I still do think that there is a time and a place for United to adapt this formation to something slightly different. Not a total change, it's just an emphasis on the 9, really. Does the 9 play as a leader, or does he play as a false 9? I think that'd be the one tactical change I wouldn't mind seeing, and the reason for that would be to bolster the midfield a little bit and find a way for either Xerxes or Bruno to play in that position. But fitness will be one of the big objectives. The fitness and, I think, understanding of the game model will be the big understandings of what Amorim's trying to do. He will be conscious of how little time there is to fix anything that comes up as an issue, but getting the tactical elements right and across efficiently will be absolutely vital, and it'll be the big thing that he's trying to do. West Ham probably going to be doing some experimentation of their own. Graham Potter was kind of left scratching his head a little bit with just how bad they were towards the back end of their season. They finished better than us, but only by 1 place, and they didn't have the European final excuse that we had in terms of, like, we're trying to focus on this. Expect the usual pre-season shuffling of the 11s mid-game from both sides, but I think United need to start moving towards. This is really interesting, this, because obviously we're right in the middle of Stretford Paddock's pre-season. Tomorrow we've got our first actual league game. We would have played last night, but I didn't know about it because obviously I'm out here in the States and I've recorded this before they've had that game. That's our last pre-season game, but we've only had 4, and it's difficult, especially with how little we train compared to a pro team. It's difficult to get fitness into everybody, so you do end up shuffling the pack. You make subs at half time, you bring people on after an hour. You really do shuffle your pack with the squads that United and West Ham, Everton, and all these teams are going to travel with. You see it so often where at 45 minutes at half time, it's a brand new 11 takes the pitch, and we saw against Leeds at weekend that United had them doing some high intensity sprints for the lads that were going off at half time. The aircon has just turned off. I'm dreading how the sound's going to be on this. So hopefully it's turned out all right. But United absolutely need to improve on how we break up the play. We need to improve on how we break down teams. We need to take better care with our shot selection. But like I said, I expect a complete shuffling. West Ham will probably prioritise defensive solidity because they were pretty bad with that last year. I think they'll be robust in the back line. I think they'll be physical in midfield. And I think United need to be able to deal with both their press and their transitions because it's Graham Potter, right? So you kind of should know what you're going to get with him. It'll be like a quite common modern football approach from him. Overall, I think United, I'm putting Mbeumo in. Half out of hope, to be honest with you. But I'm going with what I think is probably United's strongest team right now to try and face West Ham because it's hard enough to go with anything else. Now, the only change that I've got in here is Onana. I've put Bayindir in net, and the reason for that is because it sounds like Onana's got a little bit of a knock, and I don't think you would risk him. He's not the sort of one that needs loads of fitness. Yes, he might need game practice, and we certainly need the playing out practice, and he needs to be better at that, but if he's got a knock, I don't think you risk him. So I'll go with Bayindir in net. The back three, I think our current best back three would be Mazraoui as right side centre half, Euro left side centre half, and De Ligt as central centre half. I thought Euro looked really good again when he came on. I just think he's been impressive. I just think he's been damn impressive since we signed him. Really enjoy what he brings to the team. Can't wait to see him fill out, and I think there'll be a real player in there. Mazraoui, I think, is just the quintessential wide centre half. I think he's brilliant in that role. I think he offers a lot. I think he's fantastic in his duels. I think he makes excellent decisions. He doesn't step into it with enough for me, but I really like him in that position. And De Ligt, probably the worst of the three on the ball. But that's not to say like he's a lump. He's good on the ball. He's just maybe not quite to the level of Martinez, Euro and Mazraoui, but not many are. I think he's an absolute warrior. I think he suits English football down to the ground. I think he's physical. I think he loves being the one that's allowed to go and smash while Mazraoui and Euro kind of cover. So that'd be my back three. Casemiro and Bruno. That would be the two I play in midfield. Bruno's going to play. And again, one of the reasons I wouldn't mind seeing us try a false nine in this shape is to accommodate Bruno a little bit, to be honest with you. Him alongside Casemiro. Honestly, it's far too attacking. But I don't know any other way that you can shape this out. And like I said, I'm still learning about the back three. Like, the back three, you kind of have an extra midfielder in there, sort of. Like, that's what a back three gives you. It gives you three people sitting off, whereas normally, you play a back four, you would have your two centre-halves defending with a six, and you bring one more in to give you four. That usually covers the three attackers that an opposition's going to leave forward. You've already got three. You only need one to cover. Can Casemiro do that coverage? Not really. Can Bruno do that coverage? Not really. Between the two of them, can they do that coverage? Not really. And this is the issue of why United are absolutely desperate for it and why Ugarte plays all the time. And I think there was a lot of slander on Ugarte last season. I thought he was a lot better than he was getting the credit for. However, I do think it'd be Casemiro, Bruno. Oh, got my pen. And I do think that's probably how we'll start the season, if not highlighting the need for a big old unit that we can play in defence at some point. Wing-backs, it's Dorgu and Ahmad. If you don't like that, just get used to it because that's what it's going to be. Dorgu and Ahmad. I thought Leon looked pretty good, but I would expect him maybe second half or last 30 tomorrow. Up front, Cunha and Mbeumo, right? I hope it's Mbeumo. It might not be. There's a good chance it isn't. I just really hope it is because I just want to see how those two look. And with those two taken to the field now, United have got a little bit of threat where you can go, are you going to deal with that, lads? Because that's a problem. That is a problem. That's two exciting, attacking players that want to get it on the front foot, that want to put it on people, that can put it on people. Who do you play with them? I think it's Jay-Z. I think you play Joshua Zirkzee in between them. And that three links play real nice. Joshua Zirkzee doesn't necessarily lead the line. He's going to come off and play in between the space, but then that gives you problems as a defence. as Joshua Zirkzee plays up against you. Like, I don't know if he's got any mirrors in his house that he realises how big of a unit he is, because he don't play like he knows he's a unit. He plays like he's like 5'9", but he's a right big bastard, and I would want him to go up against the centre half, be physical with that centre half, and then when he drops off into that space, the centre half's got a decision to make. Does he follow him? If he follows him, then that's the cue for Cunha and Mbeumo to, nice little angled run on the inside and take that spot where he's just dragged somebody out from. If they don't follow him, he's free and he gets on the turn and then he plays one of those in with a through ball and it's a foot race. And that's not what you want as a defender, because Cunha and Mbeumo have got the ability to put you on the back foot as a defender, and that's a problem. Second half is everybody else. Put a shirt on, off you go, have fun. But yeah, that's how I see it going. Let me know in the comments. Do you see it any different? Do you think we'll see Cunha and Mbeumo? It's got to be, hasn't it? That's all we want to see. Anyways, cheers for tuning in as always. I will be doing a vlog for each of the cities that I've gone to, so make sure to tune in and check out that. Otherwise, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.